University of Nottingham is one of the UK's more global universities. As well as campuses in the UK, we have campuses in China and Malaysia. In total, we have 36,000 users on the UK campus network and probably another 8,000 on the overseas networks. We have a number of challenges with a network like the University of Nottingham's. Primarily, we have quite different sets of users. We have business staff, we have academics, and we have students, all with very different aims. Nottingham is a £500 million a year business, and obviously we have data protection requirements to protect key financial information, staff and student information.
The security analytics engagement can look at two particular phases around identity and access management and threat and vulnerability management.
After the initial discussions with HP on the kind of subject areas that we could look at, we chose one particular one to review, which was vulnerability and threat management. One of the key things that we were trying to do was get a more holistic view of the university's security architecture. We have over a number of years developed a number of point solutions for particular aspects of security. We think we understand how well those work, but what we really didn't have was a view of the solutions as a whole, how they were interoperating, and it was really just to give us a more general overall view of what security was doing for us.
HP Labs is the long-term research arm of HP, where we tend to look, unlike the divisions, we can look 3 to 15 years out, and so we're consciously trying to do slightly more ambitious things. So in the area of security, we started about 3 years ago looking at this whole problem of governance and decision making. With all this increasing complexity, it was clear that people needed better ways of trying to make security decisions.
So security analytics is not like a traditional risk assessment. It's a greater investment, it is more complicated, it's more difficult to understand, but the rewards are much greater. And the fact that we work as a partnership with the client to understand their true issues, which are probably unique to them, really makes the findings that much more relevant.
One of the main things we've been trying to do with security analytics is change the way the security profession works, which is very dependent on expertise, experience, and pretty much the art of security decision making, and put more rigour and scientific method into the way that's done. So if you like, taking the art out, putting the science into security management.
And one of the things we want to do is to create a shared understanding with the client about their concerns, their priorities, the things they worry about. And we do that by talking to as many people as possible within the organisation to get a sense of what security means to them. And then the final stage is the analysis, where we look at the results which have come from security analytics.
We had a number of outcomes that came out of this piece of work. One of the key things that we found was that we'd actually had quite a different risk model than we'd appreciated. We hadn't understood fully some of the components' contributions towards the security that we had. I think what this piece of work will do in terms of helping us to align our strategy for the future is that it gives us a lot more information to be able to go back and talk to management board and other senior managers within the organisation in their own language. It provides the evidence and the statistics that allow us to explain to them quite clearly the challenges that we have and where we need to spend money to solve those challenges. And by providing the hard evidence that previously we've not been able to get at, we can build a much more solid case for how we move this forward and develop our security strategy.